The Miami Dolphins are definitely kicking themselves now for not picking up some quarterback talent in the NFL draft. The Dolphins are going to pay former Chicago Bears quarterback Jake Cutler $10 million before incentives to replace injured Miami quarterback Ryan Tannehill for the 2017-18 NFL season. Let's take a look at the numbers to see if Cutler can fill Ryan Tannehill's shoes adequately. By any reasonable accounts, we can only measure a quarterback's future performance by their most recent seasons. By most measures, Ryan Tannehill was coming off his best season in 4 years. He had 19 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on 389 attempts, 2,995 yards with a completion percentage of 67.1. He played in 3 less games than in each of the previous 4 years, but he had his highest completion percentage at 67.1 and his highest quarterback rating ever at 93.5. Compare that to Jake Cutler, who had a dismal quarterback rating of 78.1 with 5 interceptions on 137 attempts in just 5 games for a completion percentage of just over 59.1 last year. It's hard to make a fair comparison with Cutler missing so many games last season, but if we look back to his previous 3 years, Cutler had an average 65% completion rate. In 2015, when both quarterbacks played full schedules, Cutler had a 64.4% completion rate compared to Tannehill's 61.9%. 2014 saw Cutler go 66%, even compared to Tannehill's 66.4%. And back in 2013, Cutler completed 63.1% of his passes compared to Tannehill's 60.4%. Read into that what you will. Cutler also had 21 and 28 touchdowns, respectively, in his full-time schedule during 2015 and 2016, compared to Tannehill's 24 and 27 touchdowns in those 2 years. Jake Cutler has an average of 1.51 touchdowns per game in his last 3 seasons, while Tannehill has an average of 1.55 touchdowns per game. The stats are really close between these two, so maybe Jake Cutler will make a fair replacement quarterback for the Dolphins. However, odds makers are piling up the reasons why he will not, including age, previous injuries, lack of prep time, the fact that he has not been preparing for an NFL season, but a career in broadcasting. The odds on Miami have jumped from 45-1 to win the Super Bowl and 7.5-1 to win the AFC East, all the way up to 77-1 to win the Super Bowl and 10-1 to win the AFC East. Miami fans are hoping that Cutler will have a career year and show that he just did not have the right team behind him with Chicago. But with all the factors considered, it's not looking likely. Whether